So have we convinced you that manifestation is the way you feel? And have we convinced you that the way you feel is something that is changeable within the next 5 minutes once you know this? Less, really, but it is changeable. So you have complete control over the only manifestation that matters, which is the manifestation of you allowing the fullness of who you are to be present in this moment, because you are the manifester of the manifestation, which is you. You are the one who does it. You are the one who bees it. You are the one who is it. You are the one who are it. You are the manifestation and the creator of the manifestation. And if you've got that, then you've got everything that you need. And we can now return to your vortex and bask in the deliciousness of the rendezvous that we will one day have, maybe today and maybe when you croak. You don't have to wait until you croak to be the manifester of the joy that you have put into your vortex. You can have it now. In other words, there are a lot of people now talking about law of attraction. But until you're understanding that what you're wanting to attract is a manifestation that pleases you, and that the manifestation is the emotion over which you have complete control, then you're still looking around and expecting others to do things differently so that you can feel better, which renders you powerless moment after moment, day after day, relationship after relationship, because they are the center of their universe, not yours. So you're looking for love in all the wrong places. In other words, anytime you say or mean or feel about anyone, you need to do something a little differently so that I can have a better feeling response. You render yourself powerless, because as much as they love you, and many of them do, they don't have the power to get into the center of your universe and be your center. You got to do it, you see. And when you figure out how to do it and you start doing it, then you begin to feel powerful, because the demonstration, manifestation, same word, all around you. Once you've decided that you want to go somewhere, once you've decided there is a paving that has taken place vibrationally, and a manifestation that is vibrational, that is calling you, that will show you every step along the way which step to take. And if you get that, then from wherever you are to where you want to be, every step along the way is a joyful step. The only moment that it stops being joyful is when you stop and look at where you are in a sort of depression that you're not where you want to be. And that comparison isn't good for you. It would be like going to the new car dealership and saying, I want a new car and I want you to design it especially for me, and I want it to look mostly like that one, but with one exception. You know that glass thing that's out there in front? I think they call it a windshield. You say to the guy, I want my windshield in the floorboard. Don't put it out there. Put it here, because I really am concerned about where I am at all times. So just put it there, and I'll just hope for the best out there. And you're laughing because you know that's silly. You know that you're much better off, if there's any motion happening, to be looking where you're going. But what you forget is that there's vibrational motion happening all the time. And if you're looking at what is, then that's why you don't feel good. That's why you're tripping up. That's why it isn't fun. That's why it doesn't feel good. Look out there where you're going, because where you're going is sure. And you know how we know? Because we're really smart. We are. We know because we're over there where you're going. We saw you put it there. We embraced it when you put it there. We're standing in the vibrational attitude of it. We have become the vibrational equivalent of it, and we are calling you toward it. And when you go toward it, we didn't say when you get there. We're not ever going to say to you, when you get there, you'll feel better. We're saying when you look up and start your journey, your conscious journey toward where you want to go, you'll feel better. It doesn't matter where you are. Every time we get together with you, we say it several times, every opportunity we have, everything that everyone wants or ever has wanted or ever will want is because they believe they will feel better in the having of it. They believe they will have a good feeling emotional response in the receiving of this other thing that they think they want. And what we want to convince you of is that what you want is the emotion. What you want is the good feeling. The other stuff's just the justification that you give for having it. In other words, I want prosperity because I will feel better, and I want a lover because I will feel better, and I want this because I will feel better. I want everything that I want because I believe I will feel better in the having of it, and I believe I will not feel good in the absence of it. But it is the emotion that is the primary manifestation. Hear that. Your emotion is your primary manifestation. And if you can hear that, if you can leave with that today, if you can know it in the way we know it, then you will have control of the only manifestation that matters, which is the way you feel. And when you get control of that one, you've got control of every other manifestation. You've got control of financial manifestations, of physical manifestations, of relationship manifestations, of worldwide manifestations, of weather manifestations. You have control of every other manifestation if you deal with the only manifestation that matters, which is, how am I manifesting in this moment? Which means, oh, hear this. It's the first time we've said it this well. Oh, we didn't forget. How much of me am I allowing to manifest here and now? How much of me is playing with you now? How much of me are you getting? Are you getting the pinched off version because I'm choosing something that bothered me last night and that I worried about? Am I choosing something that only allows a little bit of the manifestation of me to be here so you get the raw, ragged edged, on-retoed version of me? Is that the manifestation that you're getting of me? Or are you getting the full-blown, tuned in, tapped in, turned on, source energy manifestation of me? That's the manifestation. So someone said to us one day, Abraham, my body hurts me. How can I feel good when I am in pain? And we said, because you have to separate the physical manifestation from the emotional manifestation. We said you have to separate what has manifested so far from what's in the vortex. You have to separate the emotion from what you are calling reality, because there's another vibrational reality that you have not fully embraced. And when you do, your emotion will be one of ease. We knew that she could leave her fear behind this red hot minute, while it was unlikely that she would leave her physical discomfort behind this red hot minute. So we were saying to her, you have a choice. You can have pain in your body and feel hopeful or knowing, or you can have pain in your body and feel fear. But let the manifestation that you're reaching for be the improvement of fear to hope rather than in the improvement of pain to no pain. Can you hear that? Because you can't control pain to no pain fast enough, but you can control fear to hope fast enough. You can control that. And when you get that, you've got it all. When you get that, now you are the vibrational, deliberate creator that you were born to be. Oh, I felt better before. I wanted that thing that I can't have, and that thing that I can't have. But from your broader point of view, there are none of those things that you cannot have. There is nothing that life can propose to you through the contrasting focus that cannot become a manifested actuality in what you call your real life experience. Now, we don't really agree with you on what you think your real life experience is, because we know that when life inspires you to a new desire, that's the real life experience, because that's what rings our bells. When life causes you to want something different or more beyond what is, there is a vibrational version of it, which is where we dwell, which is thrilling to us, because when we focus upon your furthest most expansion, there's no gap between your furthest most expansion and where we are. So we just experience the bliss of the expansion. But if you expand because desire causes you to do it and you don't go with the expansion, then you have to some degree a resistant gap that can go from, even in hope, there's a little gap. I want it and I hope I'll get it. Gap. I want it and I doubt I'll get it. Gap. I really, 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 really want this thing I really, 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 really don't believe. Deadly. In other words, feels awful, doesn't it? To want something, really want something and not believe it. Oh, don't do that. Find a way to believe in what you want. Find a way to believe in what you want until you know it, even before it's manifested. And that's what trips you up. You don't want to do it that way. You don't want to do it that way. You want evidence first, and then you'll believe it. Doesn't work that way. And you say, well, it must work that way because I haven't believed a lot of things that have eventually come about. And we say, not until you stopped not believing them. You might have been distracted from it. You might have stopped thinking about it. You might have focused on other things. You might have ceased the resistant energy and not known that you had ceased the resistant energy. But we promised you, you ceased the resistant energy before anything came about. You are the creator of you. You are the creator of you in your moment, you in your conversations, you with the security guard, you with the strangers, you with your friends, you with your lovers. You are the creator of you. You are the creator of you. You are the creator of your manifestations, moment by moment by moment by moment by moment, and you've got control of that. So something happens that gets your attention, and because it has your attention, and it doesn't have the attention of your source. Did you get that? If you feel negative emotion, it means it's got your attention, just not the intention, not the attention or intention of the larger part of you. In other words, when you're feeling afraid or when you're feeling angry, when you're feeling blameful, you're out there on the raw and ragged edge without the resources of your source, because you are depriving yourself of the full integration or blending of all of that because of the vibrational attitude of whatever it is that you are focused upon. That's what negative emotion always means. So when you get it, that you have control of what you give your attention to, then you know that you can set yourself up for wonderful moments after wonderful moments after wonderful moments. There's no reason for you to dip. But if you believe that your happiness is dependent upon controlling some circumstances that you can't control, so you let the unpleasant circumstances be the reason for your focus, just because you are letting unpleasant circumstances be the reason for your focus doesn't mean that the source within you is letting it, we started to say is dumb enough, but that would be unkind, to let it be the subject of their focus. In other words, when you focus on something that doesn't feel good, it means you've focused yourself apart or away from, in resistance to who you really are. And that, in fact, is the sum total, complete, entire reason for any negative emotion that you feel. You think it's because of the subject of your focus. You think that's why you feel bad. If that would change, I will feel better. That isn't true at all. The reason that you feel bad is because you're using something as your excuse to not allow yourself the blending that must be there in order to feel good. So the primary manifestation that you must look for, if you care about the way you feel, and we know you do, is the manifestation of your orientation with your inner being. In other words, your inner being is who you are. So you shoot off these vibrational rockets of desire, whether you ever say, I want that, or I would like that, or I prefer that. And of course you say that a lot. But even when you don't say it, your preferences are duly noted by source energy, because that expanding preference moves into what we are calling your vortex of creation. It's just a vibrational version that is the predecessor to all of your wonderful manifestations. And the source within you, who holds no resistance, who understands everything that you want, becomes the vibrational equivalent of it in the moment that you give birth to it. That's why we say step 1 is you sift and sort and ask, and step 2 is source answers. Source literally becomes what you are asking for. But there's another step, and it's really the basis of the body of work that we have been doing with you through these years. And that is, you must find a way to become a vibrational match to not just what you're asking for, but to who you have become because of what life has caused you to ask for. You can't become it vibrationally and not go without feeling bad. So every bit of negative emotion that you have, every bit of it, whether it's negative emotion or whether it's a manifestation that is negative, that is even bigger than the emotion itself, everything that you would call unwanted experience, from emotion right out to whatever the manifestation is always the same thing. It is an expansion that you have not yet completely allowed yourself to experience fully. And when you get that, and when you understand further that all you're reaching for in terms of manifestation, have we won you over with our clever knowledge that the manifestation that you want really is the emotion? You cannot want something and doubt it and manifest it. So what is a manifestation anyway? You manifest the car in your garage. Oh, that's a manifestation. It's real. I can feel it. I can feel the materialism of it. That's a manifestation, Abraham. Or my lover coming to me. That's a manifestation. We agree. Manifestation is all of that. But we would like you to begin to regard